guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well, taking care of yourselves. Thank you so much for coming back to another hair and makeup tutorial. I'm super excited to show you guys how I got this look. Oh my gosh, my voice just cracked. But yeah, super excited to show you guys how I got this look. I hope you guys enjoy. I have been definitely loving soft glam. You guys know I've been like a soft glam bae for a while, but I wanted to do a look with like a pop of color. And we have a new hair company that we're going to be working with. Thank you so much to Mslynn Hair Company for sponsoring today's video. They sent over this super cute package along with all of these amazing little goodies that I thought were like super useful for today's install. And yeah, so we're definitely going to be using a few of these things in this particular package. So you guys saw I pulled out like a little wide tooth comb there. They sent over some other really cute stuff, like this little travel case of like makeup brushes, some lashes, some press-on nails, some wig caps that I definitely use, a little satin bonnet as well that had like this really cute print on it, an elastic headband to like lay down our lace, and they sent over a hot comb. They sent over a hot comb, which I thought was so awesome. But yeah, I definitely wanted to show you guys like this little unboxing because there were so many good stuff in this little package that I got. So this is the wig that we're going to be installing. She's super cute, very curly. But the best thing about this wig that I really love is the edges. It does have 4C edges, which I have been loving. You guys know how much I love like a little cute styled edge, and just having like a nice curly edges already like on the wig just makes like styling the edges so much easier. Even if you're someone that enjoys like an install, like a wig install that's on the more natural side and prefers like a more natural edge, I highly recommend you check out these wigs with like these curly edges, because it just makes the wig install look that much more natural. Perfect for the babes that want to like do a cute styled edge, or if you want to go with more natural with your look. Definitely super in love with this wig. It's going in like my little everyday wig arsenal, like stash of wigs that I have like in my closet. I have like a couple of wigs that I just love to like pull for everyday wear, and this one is definitely going to be one of those. The lace on this unit as well is amazing too. It blended into the skin perfectly and seamlessly. I had no issues like installing this unit. It just like melted into the skin like butter. I've used all of my typical products that I like to use to like install my lace wigs. So that Ebin lace adhesive. I also paired it with like the Ebin melting spray, which just kind of makes the lace like melt into the skin that much better. So I used a combination of those two products. I did a little lace tint on my wig cap because I didn't do the bald cap method today. I just kind of wanted to keep this install really simple, just to kind of show you guys that you don't have to do too much to get like a really flawless install.
Almost made you love me, almost made you cry, almost made you happy, babe. Didn't I deny? You almost had me thinking you were turned around, but everybody knows, almost to the ground. Almost heard her saying you were finally free. What was always missing for you, babe? You found it in me, but you can't get to heaven. Have all the ground, everybody knows. Almost gone. Can't keep on loving you one foot outside the door. I hear a funny hesitation, but that's never really sure. Can't keep on trying if you're looking for more than all that I can give you. And what you came here for, I'm gonna find me some fun, not afraid to let go. Wanna know I'll be there, kind of man. You came real close, but every time you pick me up, you won't be let me down. Everybody knows, almost at the ground, almost at the ground. Can't keep on, baby. Can't keep on trying. Everybody knows, almost at the ground. I can't keep on, upside down. I hear a resolution, but that's never really sure. Can't keep on trying.
So once I had that lace laid, I used that elastic band that you guys saw from the unboxing to really melt the lace into the skin. I let that sit there for about like 5 to 10 minutes or so. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and start styling these edges. So I definitely wanted to keep the edges more like on the natural side, but I did want to do like a little bit of styling with it, nothing too crazy, just a couple swoops like here and there. But for the most part, I wanted to kind of keep like that really cute curl, just natural look going. So I didn't really do like too much. I kept it really light with like the styling. I did a little bit of hair gel just to like define the curls a little bit, very little product, and just kind of like, you know, touched up the curls just to redefine them. Just a little bit of product to define the curls a little bit more. And it just goes to show that with these curly edges, you don't have to do too much to get like a styled look. If you are someone that likes to style your edges, just like a teeny tiny bit of hair gel and like a couple swoops here and there is like all you really need to get like a nice cute style. So from there, I'm going to start styling the rest of the hair. I really wanted to do some like cute layers in this wig. This wig is 24 inches long, so I'm going to make sure to do my best to like retain the length. I didn't want to cut too much like hair off because I really like this length right now, but I did really want to give this wig some layers, like some really nice like fluffy layers that are just going to make this hair look super full and very voluminous. I feel like this curl pattern is perfect for like a curly fro type of vibe, so that's kind of like the vibe that I was on when I was like going in to like trim these layers in. So I made sure to wet the hair first with like my spray bottle there and just some water, because I never like to cut curly hair like while it's dry. I always like to cut it while it's damp. I feel like that's just like the best way to cut your hair is when the hair is damp. So I just made sure to wet the hair first, and then I went in with some hair cutting scissors to create those layers. I went like little by little, so it did take me some time to kind of get like the look that I was going for, because I really was trying to retain that length. I didn't want to cut too much off because I like the fact that the hair is like pretty long, but it was well worth it. Like the end result is so cute. Another reason why I didn't want to cut too much hair off is because I already knew that the curls were going to shrink. When I first applied the wig, the hair was kind of like brushed out a little bit, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't cut too much off because I just knew in my head that the curls are going to shrink. So just making sure to focus on creating like those nice full layers, but trying my best to retain that length because I really like the length of this hair. I thought it was so cute. For products to like define the curls, I did use a little bit of hair gel. This one's from I think the brand is called Aussie. It's like their curl defining hair gel, but I just did like a little bit of that on the palm of my hands and just like ran that through the curls. Anywhere that I wanted like the curls to be a little bit more defined, I did like a finger coil. So I just wrapped little tiny sections of hair around my index finger and then like pulled the curl, and that gives like the curls a little bit more of like that spirally type of look, if that makes sense. So anywhere that I wanted that little bit of extra definition, I just used that little finger coiling technique to create it. I was gonna let the hair air dry, but I was kind of excited to see like what the hair was gonna look like while it was dry, so I was a bit impatient, so I just decided to go in with like my blow dryer and just like dry the hair myself. But yeah, so now that the hair is like dry, this is kind of like what it's giving. It's so cute. I love the way this cut came out. I kept like the layers like really short in the front because I kind of wanted to do like a curly bang. Having like those layers, it really like transforms like the look of the wig. It just looks so much more like full and fluffy, and yeah, I just love the way this hair came out. It's so cute. So that's pretty much it for the hair. As always, I'm going to leave all of the information for it down below in the description box, as well as a link to the exact wig that I'm wearing. So definitely make sure to check the description box if you guys have any questions about it. Now that we are all done with the hair, let's go ahead and move into makeup. All right, so for primer, I'm going to start off with the Fourth Ray Beauty. This is the Thirst Aid Moisturizing Primer. I've been really loving this one because it has hyaluronic acid. It's super moisturizing. Feels like skincare. I've just been loving like these types of primers to prep the skin because you guys know I love a good like soft matte glam. I love a powder, so just making sure that the skin is like properly prepped is key because we want like soft matte skin, but we don't want to be like dry, you know what I mean? I've been loving the e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow as well underneath my foundation, so I'm gonna go in with that in shade number 5 before I go in with like my actual foundation. I like this stuff because it's super glowy. Like you guys can see here, like once I blend it out, it just like makes the skin glow to like the max, and I just love it. I love too that it has like some coverage there. And then for my actual foundation, I'm going to be using the Armani Luminous Silk, and this one is in shade 8.5, and I'm going to apply that all over the skin and just blend that using the same blender that I used to blend out the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I've been definitely trying like this e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow with all of like my favorite foundations. You guys have seen me use like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation with this, and I love it with this this Giorgio Armani one because the Armani foundation is definitely like more of like a medium coverage, so you can see even more of like that glow from like the e.l.f. product. It also looks really beautiful by itself too. I've definitely used like the e.l.f. Halo Glow by itself and just kind of like jumped straight into the concealer and everything, and it looks good, you know, on its own as well. Highly recommend that e.l.f. product. It's just so pretty underneath foundation, as well as just like a solo product to wear if you want that glowy look to the skin. For concealer, I decided to switch it up and use an oldie but a goodie. This one's from Rem Beauty. It's super full coverage. It's like a creamy texture, and it just looks super beautiful underneath the eyes. So I'm going to use that to like conceal the under eyes and brighten as well. I'm going to place that on the sides of the nose, the under eyes, as well as like the Cupid's bow, and just blend that in using the same sponge that I use to blend out like my foundation and everything. I'm going to also use like the butt of the beauty blender to blend out the edges of the concealer, just to really make sure that the concealer is blending in really well into the foundation. I don't want any like harsh lines going on and whatever. Like I want my concealer to blend like perfectly into that foundation there. I'm then going to set using Laura Mercier's translucent powder in the shade Honey. I love this powder. It's definitely like an OG, and I'm so glad that they came out with this honey shade because it has more of like that yellowy golden undertone, which looks beautiful to like highlight the under eyes. I almost forgot like my cream blush. I've been wanting to like reincorporate liquid and cream blushes back into like my skin routine, and I almost forgot it, but I remembered. And I love the fact that this Danessa Myricks one looks good even on top of powders. She just recently launched these, but they're these super cute like cream blushes, and they're literally perfection. Like I highly recommend you guys check out these blushes from Danessa Myricks. They're so good. I'm so glad that Danessa Myricks products are in Sephora because it just makes it easier to like access and everything. But yeah, she totally like nailed it with these cream blushes. You guys know how much I love a peachy blush, and this one is like literally like chef's kiss. It's so pretty. Then to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use a little bit of the Huda Beauty Glowish pressed powder in shade number 8 and apply this using a really fluffy brush. I'm not going in with like too much powder. I just wanted to set the foundation just a tad, just so it doesn't like transfer, like move around or anything like that. And then I'm going to use that same pressed powder in a different shade. This one's in number 11 to use as like my bronzer. I love this powder as bronzer. It looks so good. It has like that nice like luminous type of finish to it, so it goes perfectly when you're going for like a more glowy type of look with the skin. I did go a little crazy with bronzer today, I can't even lie. I was like, when I was looking back at like my footage, I was like, girl, you really like went with bronzer today. Like it was pretty wild. I didn't realize it until afterwards, but yeah, like I definitely went in with some bronzer today. It's interesting. I love this powder though, it's so amazing. And then once I'm done bronzing, I'll go straight into like baking the under eyes as well as the bridge of the nose, using that same Laura Mercier powder, that translucent one in shade Honey. And I'm going to use that to snatch up the sides of the nose as well as the bridge of the nose to do like that reverse contour, because you guys know that I'm not like huge into like nose contouring. I don't like to do like all the lines and all the blending and all this other stuff. Like I just try to keep it as simple as possible with like my nose contour. So I'll do like a bunch of bronzer in my nose, and then I'll just use like my powder to like brighten up the sides and the bridge. And then once I dust off the powder, you still have like a contour, but it's definitely like more subtle than doing like, you know, cream products and then, you know, setting it and all this other stuff. So I'll go in with highlighter afterward. I'm using my favorites from Rare Beauty. This is the Positive Light highlighter in shade Flaunt. It's a cute little gold. I'm just going to apply that onto the bridge and the tip of the nose. And then moving on to brows, I was going to stop like adding like my brow steps to my videos because it's become like kind of consistent, but today I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try like a different type of brow. I'm gonna try something more fluffy. I've been really loving like a good sculpted brow, but today I was kind of like, I just kind of want to do something nice, like really fluffy and cute. I was definitely inspired by this product that I just recently got from B Bella Cosmetics. It's their brow lamination gel, so I really wanted to try this one. So I'm gonna apply this particular product onto the brows first, and then I'll go in with my brow pomade from KVD Beauty in the shade Walnut to create like faux brow hairs to like fill in the spaces in my brows so they're a little bit more like sparse. So now that brows are complete, I'm going to move into this eye look. I did one eye off camera, so I'm going to start with the other using some primer. I'm using my OG favorites eyeshadow primer from Be Perfect Cosmetics. I'm just going to apply some onto the lid and make sure to blend it out using a brush, and then set it with just like a tiny bit of powder on my little powder puff there. I just want to make sure I'm working with like a nice smooth canvas before I go in with all of my eyeshadows, so everything blends in really seamlessly and all the shadows look super soft. So pretty much all of the eyeshadows that I use for this look are going to come from this Colored Rain palette. This is their Rebellious Nudes palette. Love this palette. It's so pretty. It has a bunch of just like warm toned browns, which is definitely like right up my alley anytime I want to go for like a neutral type of look. But I just love this particular palette so much. So the first color that I'm going to go in with is I Do What I Want. I used a really large fluffy brush to apply this just to make sure that the color is really soft and there's no harsh lines or anything like that, since it's our first transition color. And then the second color that I used is What Rules. It's like a slightly darker orangey type of brown. It's really pretty though. I'm going to use that on my crease as well with a smaller fluffy brush because I wanted this to be a little bit more like concentrated onto the crease. And then with my third eyeshadow, I went in with the shade Grown Up Tings. It's a really beautiful like warm toned brown. This is such a good like brown eyeshadow. Like all of the colors in this particular palette like blend out so well, but I'm more so obsessed with this palette because of like these darker brown shades like this one. They're just so warm and rich, and they just look beautiful like when you blend them into like these other like warmer transition colors. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that third eyeshadow and just to place that onto the outer corner, and then I'm gonna go in with my lid shadow. This one is the shade Act Up. It's just like a cute little like beigey nude type of color, and I'm just gonna place that onto the lid to brighten that space up. Again, I'm keeping the eye look very soft, like the shadows very soft, so all of the brushes that I'm using are going to be on the fluffier side, so that way everything stays like really blended and the edges are like nice and soft. So that's kind of it for eyeshadows. I'm gonna go in with my liner now. I used two different eyeliners to achieve like this color. So the first eyeliner that I used is from Urban Decay. This is actually a new like eyeliner pen that they just recently launched. I'm gonna place the name of this liner down below in the description box because it's literally like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it right now. But I know it's in the shade Deep End. It's like a really beautiful like green teal type of color, but it's definitely a lot darker than what I wanted. So I decided to use this particular liner as kind of like a base for like my second liner that I'm gonna apply. This next color is definitely more like of a vibrant green, so I'm glad that I ended up using like that darker one first, because this next green is just like way too bright. So having like the darker base underneath just kind of like tones down, you know, that brighter green just a little bit. But yeah, the second eyeliner that I use is from Shein Cosmetics. All of these liners in this particular palette are water activated, so all you need to do is spray in just a little tiny bit of water, you mix your brush in, and you have a colored liner. It's genius. I love these like water activated liners anytime I want to do like a colorful like eyeliner type of look because it's just so easy to use. Just be careful that you don't have like watery eyes or anything like that because it's not waterproof at all. It's like going to smudge if you have like watery eyes or if you get water on it. So just be mindful of that. So now that we have that green that I was going for, I'm gonna go ahead and just add my mascara. I used one from Il Makiage. This is their Icon mascara, just a couple coats on the top and bottom lashes. I did add my lash glue at this point as well to my false lashes and just kind of like set them to the side to let them dry. And while those are kind of like drying down, I just added my little faux beauty marks here, just touch them up. I actually do have beauty marks in these places. They're just very light, and because they're so light, they definitely get like covered by like my foundation and stuff. So I like to detail them using some brown liquid liner. And then after that, I'll go ahead and do my little lip combo. I'm gonna line the lips first using the NYX Line Loud lip liner in shade Rebel Kind. If you haven't tried these liners from NYX, I don't know what you're waiting on. They're so good. Like, I love NYX lip liners. They always come through with like the great formula, and it's just like a really pretty like dark brown. So I'm gonna line with that first, and then I'll go in with my 2 lipsticks that I use to create like this particular nude that I was kind of going for. So the first one is from Makeup Forever. It's one of their matte liquid lipsticks in the shade Toffee at All Hours. This lipstick, I just kind of wanted to use it as like a base to blend in with like the lip liner, just to make sure that like the lip liner is like blending into like a color that's a little bit closer to it. I definitely applied way too much of this at first. So I'm just gonna go in with my brush and just kind of use that to blend that into the lip liner. And then just to brighten the center of the lips, I use a little bit of Melt Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Paris Fling. And like I mentioned, I'm just going to concentrate that on the center of the lips. We're keeping the lips matte today, so I'm just going to pop on these lashes now that they're all ready to go. I'm using some Lily lashes in the style Milan. They're super cute because they have like a little flare at the end. They go perfectly like to create like that little flared winged type of a vibe for the eyes. And then to finish up this look, last but not least, I'm just gonna go in with my setting spray. This one's from Benefits. It's their Super Setter Setting Spray. And that'll be it for the look. I went in and just kind of like fluffed up the bangs there because I decided I wanted like a little cute fluffy bang. But yeah, this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's hair and makeup tutorial. I'm really excited to kind of like jump back into color when it comes to makeup this summer. So I'm definitely gonna be like thinking of other looks to kind of like incorporate more color because I kind of miss doing like my colorful eye looks, you know? It's time to get back to my roots. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's look. Definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, thank you again for watching, guys. Sending lots of love, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.